The Guns of Navarone is one of the most famous war movies ever made, but behind the explosions and heroics lies a long list of strange stories, risky decisions, and unexpected behind-the-scenes chaos. Here are 15 weird facts that most fans don't know. 1. The island didn't exist in real life. Navarone sounds like a real Greek island, but it's totally fictional. The story invents a place that mixes features of several islands. The filmmakers even designed fake maps for realism. Tourists later asked Greece about Navarone tours. It became so famous, people believed it was historical. Even locals joked that Hollywood created a new island. The movie blurred fiction and geography in a weird way. 2. Gregory Peck almost quit mid-shoot. Peck struggled with the rough weather and long filming days. He even said he felt close to collapse at one point. A doctor told him to rest, but the schedule was too tight. Producers begged him to stay because scenes couldn't be redone. Peck powered through with painkillers. Later, he joked he survived because quitting took more energy. His exhaustion shows in some tense scenes. 3. Real explosions made the cast panic. The director wanted maximum realism, so he used huge explosions. Some blasts were so strong they knocked over cameras. Cast members weren't warned about every detonation. A few actors ducked instinctively, ruining takes. One explosion reportedly cracked a window in a nearby village. Insurance companies complained repeatedly. It became one of the loudest shoots of the era. 4. Anthony Quinn built his own character. Quinn felt the script didn't explain his character well, so he invented a full backstory himself. He even changed lines to match his imagined history. Other actors were confused because scenes suddenly shifted. The director let him do it because his intensity worked. Quinn later admitted, "He rewrote half the character in my head." Fans say this is why his performance feels so layered. 5. A fake cliff was taller than a real one. The famous climbing scene wasn't filmed on a real cliff. The real locations weren't dramatic enough, so the crew built a massive artificial cliff wall. It took weeks and cost more than expected. Actors said it felt more dangerous than the real thing. It even swayed slightly in the wind. Some visitors thought it was an actual rock formation. 6. David Niven nearly died from an infection. Niven was injured during filming in icy water. He developed a dangerous infection afterward. Doctors told him to stop working immediately. The studio tried to hide the news to avoid delays. Niven recovered slowly and finished scenes months later. His face looks thinner in later shots because of the illness. It became one of the production's biggest scares. 7. Fake snow became a disaster. Crew used soap-based fake snow for mountain scenes. When it rained, the ground turned into slippery foam. Actors kept falling, ruining multiple takes. Equipment slid downhill like it was on ice. Shoes became soaked and sticky for hours. It also attracted insects, creating more chaos. They eventually mixed real snow with the fake 1.8. Gregory Peck's coat became a star. Peck wore a heavy sheepskin coat in multiple scenes. It looked great on camera, but weighed a lot. Some days it soaked up rain and doubled in weight. He called it my personal enemy. The crew gave it a nickname, the Beast. It smelled terrible after weeks of filming. They considered replacing it, but audiences loved the look. 9. A scene was shot during a real storm instead of canceling the day. The director kept shooting. Waves crashed over the boat actors were standing on. Everyone was freezing, but the footage looked dramatic. Peck said it felt like survival training. The cameras were wrapped in plastic bags. A lighting crew member was nearly swept overboard. The storm footage stayed in the final cut. 10. Secret script Changes confused the cast. Writers changed lines almost daily. Sometimes actors received new pages minutes before filming. One actor said he didn't know the ending until the shoot ended. The director liked the fresh energy this created. Some scenes feel tense because actors weren't rehearsed. Peck joked that confusion made the acting more realistic. Fans still argue which version of the story was the original. 11. Kyle's character almost removed the studio thought. One character wasn't needed. They suggested cutting him to save time. The director refused, calling it a big mistake. Stir screenings. Audiences loved the character. Executives later pretended they always supported him. It became a running joke on set. The role stayed and became iconic. 12. The guns weren't just props. The giant cannons were fully mechanical. They actually moved, smoked, and recoiled. Engineers spent months designing them. Tourists wanted to see them after filming ended. Security had to guard the set from curious visitors. The guns were later dismantled, but some parts survived. They became one of cinema's biggest prop builds. 13. The movie changed Greek tourism after release. Thousands wanted to visit Navarone. Travel companies used the movie for promotion. Even though the location was fictional, demand rose. Many islands benefited from the attention. Some locals thanked the movie for boosting business. A few villages put up unofficial Navarone signs. Tourism historians say the film shifted trends. 14. It was almost filmed in black and white. Early plans suggested a gritty black and white style. The studio wanted something like a documentary, but color film was chosen to attract a bigger audience. Some directors still preferred the monochrome idea. Certain scenes were tested in both styles. Peck loved the color version more. Fans today imagine what the BW version would look like. 15. The final explosion. Took 3 weeks to prepare the huge finale. Wasn't CGI, all practical effects. Engineers wired hundreds of small charges. The blast had to be done safely, with one chance only. Actors had to stand far away, just for safety. When the explosion went off, it shocked everyone. Some cameras shook despite heavy anchoring. The crew cheered because the shot worked perfectly. Wrote, "The Guns of Navarone remains a classic because of its huge scale, daring filmmaking, and the wild stories behind it." These weird facts show how tough and unpredictable making a wartime epic could be.